Dr. Emoto, this amazing book that I read about the power of water, is just saying a word or even writing it on a jar of water, and you put it in the fridge overnight, and you put love on one jar and hate on another, the same water. And then he examined the crystals the next day.
Oh, yeah.
And the word love and the word hate on the same water changed the actual crystal. Well, he through a microscope, he just showed you through the word love over the water crystals and the word hate.
One was chaotic.
Yeah, chaotic. The hate was just like blah, blah, blah. And then the word love made the, and then he played like Beethoven and Bach, and
then he played rap music.
Yes, and the crystals changed. So if we're made 70% water, it literally changes you. And then speaking over water, well, that made me realize that.
Well, when you pray over your food, you're speaking over.
And that's why just praying over your food is not. It's way more important than what I realized because of water. Water has. But
the thing is, because a lot of people like to, we're in this earth and we're dealing with all these morons around us. Not Mormons, but morons.
Yeah.
Right, real morons, that are playing this game with people, like what happened with the Charlie Kirk, which is making all these other things happen, or that they really have no power,
right?
And I understand that the power you get with baptism is about an aspect of an individual power.
That's right.
A friend of mine was in the mob. They made a movie about him, and I can tell you, when you're a made man, and no one can touch you. So when you become part of the family of God and you let him be the boss, no one can touch you.
I love that.
Literally, no one can touch you. And the worst thing you could ever do, and this is what all these people do all the time. I even saw Joe Biggs. I don't know if any of you know who Joe Biggs is. Before he went to the January 6th thing and got locked up for like 4 years or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I told Joe, I said, don't get a lawyer. Don't get a lawyer and tell them that you're baptized. And it went in one ear and out the other.
But what is that when you baptize me, what did you say? The sentence that you say to somebody.
The sentence is, I'm a baptized, born again child of God. Anything you have against me, you have to take it to the Father.
I love that.
And what you do is you
take it to the Father.
You keep your mouth shut, and they may laugh at you and say whatever they want to, but then you just repeat it again.
And what is it again?
The same thing.
Say it again.
I'm a baptized, born again child of God. Anything you have against me, you need to take it to the Father. And let's say you're in front of a judge, and the judge tries to tell you, oh, boy, you better hire yourself a lawyer, and you better do this. You look at him, and you say, I'm a baptized, born again child of God. Anything you have against me, you need to take it to the Father. And here's what's going to happen. Okay? And you have to sit back and be quiet and still. You will, because I've had this happen to me. I'm not lying. I've had a judge where I used to write it down, right?
Yeah.
So I was in the courtroom, and judge said out to a bunch of people, he said, some of you will like my decision. Some of you will not like my decision. There's one person that doesn't even need to be in my courtroom because I have no decision to make for him. Mr. Cogshow, you're free to go. I got up and I left. I didn't even have to go through the gates. I didn't have to do nothing because they know that I am the one that has all the power when I understand the authority of water and who created it. And that's what a lot of people are going to have to deal with at some point in time in their life when people come knocking at their door. And if they think the community is going to help, or if they think that they have a big armory is going to help, or whatever they think, it ain't going to help. You have to understand the law of water.
And what is that?
Huh? The commandments is the law legal.
Ten Commandments is the law legal, and law is not the same thing.
Well, I understand that I'm not trying to be technical with my words. This is why I talk about. That's why I say what I said. I'm a baptized, born again child of God. Anything you have against me, to take to the Father. Because I'm not now dealing with wordplay. No, I do understand there's laws and there's other terminologies, but that's when you start playing in the devil's playground. And evil cannot cast out evil. It becomes a house divided and it falls. So when you hire a lawyer, you're basically already saying, I'm going to play in your sandbox. Well, you're playing in their sandbox and it's their sand. And unless they want to let you go, or unless you have a lot of money or what have you, it doesn't matter what you say. They'll just rip up. They'll just think it's like what's happening with the Charlie Kirk thing. A judge is going, there's 3,000 people that have a gag order for the first time in our history. Like, come on.
We never shared that. It was so good. It was so good. That was exactly what. And then someone asked a question about, it's all about, it's all about understanding our authority.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, the one who created the water has the authority, because there's not one thing. This cup at one point in time was formed and water surrounded it and touched it. That's why we're getting into this world of AI.
Right.
Maritime and admiralty law are man's side of things. But here's the thing, dude. Man cannot create water. He cannot create water. And that was the interesting thing with the CERN.
Which we have to watch our video about that.
If you watch our other video where they talk about the dead frequency,
the water hole,
which is called the water hole.
It's the one space with no water.
Where there's no water, so the frequency, they can have a clear channel of frequency. Well, who lives in the desert? So people oftentimes will say, well, that's religious, that's religious. Well, I hate to tell you this, that the people that are running everything, the banking system, all the governments or whatever, they are very religious. And they don't share the same beliefs that you do. I mean, I wish I had gone. I brought an article when I was invited to the Vatican to go in their vaults.
Where's the thing that says Moses and the Pope?
But I wish I had gone, but I didn't. I had things happen in my life where I couldn't go at that time. And then after that, even though the Vatican wanted me to do things for them, I refused to do it, which got a lot of people mad at me. But basically, that was old. I was supposed to meet the Pope. That was the last Pope, though. That wasn't this Pope.
Right.
Yeah. I was invited to the vaults. And it's really based on all about water, because they know that truth. This is why the Catholic Church should baptize infants, because when they baptize infants, then they have a somewhat of an ownership over them, right? So now they're part of the church, and that's why the churches don't pay taxes. See, so if you're baptized and born again, you don't have to pay taxes. Just FYI, you don't. That's why churches got into that. That's why churches started doing the infants. Yeah.
He speaks the truth.
Just let you know.
Just let you know.
But you had to wait all the way to the end for this.
Right. It got to happen soon. Ain't gonna happen.
No, I mean the end of a live stream.
Right, I know. Right. Religion will die and faith will fly. I love that. That's beautiful. Religion will die. Well, religion based on dogmas and creeds,
just
right?
A bunch of people that like the Baptists. I'm a Southern Baptist. I'm a first Presbyterian. I'm a second Presbyterian. It's like, I don't think Jesus walked around and go, let me see here. I'm thinking about it.
No.
I think he'd be confused. What's this place?
Exactly.
It's like I have another novel coming out to where Moses still exists. And I have interesting part of it. I'm not going to go into the whole details about the book, but Moses meets this kid that finds the Garden of Eden because it still exists. But he goes to this house with this kid, meets his family because they're having his last dinner, and they have a Bible there, and he's looking at it and he's going, what? Because he's the one that wrote it, the first five chapters, and he's kind of scrolling through it going,
how is that?
Yeah,
right.
I mean, yeah, some of this is correct, but then, I just made it a funny thing where on the Bible it said the church of something. I can't remember offhand. And that was his question. The church of what? It's like he couldn't understand it. Like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you read what I wrote?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, this is not about a church. You're the church.